I have lived in the UK for over 10 years, and there are still, every day, words that I find out about that I'm like, what? Can you believe I just found out about tipple this week? Just have a tipple. I can't remember what it means, but I think I do. I think it means drink, like a small little tipple. Tip it in. Now, though I've caught on from living here for so long to a lot of different idioms and expressions, there are still some that growing up here you get that I just don't have, and so I have to try and figure them out as I go. So I found this little list here of some idioms that supposedly you will not know unless you grew up here in the UK. Let's find out how many I can get right. First up, let us see, what do we got here? A few sandwiches short of a picnic. That's really funny. I guess it's like not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. He's not the brightest guy. When someone lacks common sense. Yes, okay, I'm gonna give myself a point for that. Anorak. It sounds like an Ariana Grande. One of those types of chairs, Adirondack, if they're from Maine. No, I'm gonna have to take an L on this. What is it? Although it's more commonly used as a synonym for raincoat, anorak is something slightly different in playground slang. Someone that's a little bit geeky with strong interests and expertise in a niche area. Do people actually use this? I've never heard it, but all right. That's one down, darn it. Next up, Bagsy. I'm assuming, I think I've heard this. I've heard Bagsy. In New Jersey, we say I call fives, meaning you've got like 5 minutes to get back to your chair. In the UK, I've heard people saying I call bags or Bagsy. I Bagsy the chair means this is my chair, I'm leaving, but it's mine, don't take it, right? Calling Bagsy is the equivalent of calling shotgun or dibs on something like the front of a car. Yes, I'll give myself that. Does anyone want this? Bagsy. The bee's knees. That's easy. The bee's knees. Oh, that's the bee's. Nobody says that anymore. That's not a thing people say. It's like saying cool beans. It's just a cool thing. That thing is the bee's knees. The height of cool. Yes, I'll give myself the point. Bender, a character from Futurama. That I think I'm gonna say a bender is when you're going on a night out to get really drunk. Oh, he went out on a bender. Like a big drinking fest. Someone on a spree of excessive drinking. Right, gonna go out on a bender after getting that one right. Next up, we got blinder. Dang. Maybe it's blinder. Blinder. Oh, I mean, horses wear blinders. And so if someone's got their blinders on, they're not paying attention to what's going on around them. So maybe that's it, right? To pull a blinder involves achieving something difficult, faultlessly and skillfully. Okay. Never heard of that. And did you see that equalizing goal in the last minute of injury time? He pulled a blinder there. Really? Everyone that I've heard of, I'm like, of course. Everyone I've not, I'm like, I've never heard that. It makes no sense to me. Bloody or bleeding. Easy. Give me a bloody towel. Give me the bleeding phone. Give me the blitty thing. I think blitty is when you're a child, and bloody is a swear in the UK. But blitty is like the frick of bloody. There's your fun fact of the day. I always thought that was cute. Dodie used to say blitty when I lived with her, and I was like, that's adorable. But yes, you can add it to anything just to make it sound like you're angry. That was bloody good. Yes, simple. Bob's your uncle, and Fanny is your aunt. And a part of your anatomy. I usually say Bob's your uncle at the end of a list of things where I'm telling someone like, first, I film the video, then I pop it into my editor, color grade it, add sound effects, then Bob's your uncle, the video's done. That's pretty much good, right? Yeah. The phrase is used to describe a process which seems more difficult than it actually is. Okay, I think I can give myself that point. Obviously, I use the expression. Bog standard. I used this in a video for the Sainsbury's thing. A bog standard, bog meaning like a bog, like a toilet, is that right? I use it to mean like your average thing. An example being Sainsbury's is your bog standard supermarket, in London at least, in terms of that's like the average one you see all over the place. You can get cheaper, you can get more expensive, but Sainsbury's is right in the middle, IMO. I think some people might say bog standard to mean the bog. It's completely ordinary with no frills, embellishments, or add-ons. Okay, the average thing, yeah, okay. I'm giving myself another point. Botch job. Oh, if you get in like an electrician like I did once, who basically drilled a hole in the wall the size of his fist so he could pull the light out, I'd be like, oh my God, what a botch job. Just badly done, right? A repair job that's done in a hurry probably falls apart. Yep, point, budge up. Something you shout at someone in the undergrounds because they're not actually moving down the carriage. Budge up, right? I'm actually gonna say that's gotta be it. An informal way of asking someone to make room where you're sitting or when you sit down. Budge up. Yes, I'm counting that as well. Butchers. A butcher's. I mean, a place where you get meat. He went to the butcher. Or you go into the butcher's to get your hair cut. Right? Is that it? Butcher's hook is Cockney rhyming slang for look. Gosh dang it. So if you're having a butcher's, you're having a look at something. Cack-handed, that's when you've got a cack in your hand. You've done it really badly. He did it very cack. His hands are shaking, he's cack-handed. A task performed in an awkward or uncomfortable fashion, usually clumsily. Yep. I'm giving myself a point. He handles the screwdriver very cack-handedly. I'll take it. Cheeky, like, gonna pop over for a cheeky Nando's. Cheeky's when you're doing something that's like a bit mischievous, like, oh, I shouldn't really have this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. The cheek. I shouldn't say this, but the cheek. No, very cheeky, like a cheeky monkey. Children are so cheeky, they tied my shoelaces together last week. Yeah, it's standard. Chock-a-block. A what? A chock-a-block? Is that a block of chocolate? When you're fighting the other ninjas in Naruto and someone performs a chakra block. No, I have no idea. Something full to the brim or rammed could be described as a chock-a-lock? Then what's a chock-a-block? This is sometimes shortened to chaka. We should have taken the other route. This road is chaka. I mean, I'd say it's chock full. Maybe that's American English. I'd say, oh, it's chock full of that. I say that all the time, but chock-a-block or chock-a-lock. Clearly, the Independent hasn't really gotten their words right. Didn't even spell check this one. Chuffed. Oh, I'm well chuffed about that. I'm just very pleased. I like using chuffed. I use that quite a lot. Full of pride. Yes. Full of pride. I'm well chuffed. Very well pleased. Cost a bomb? That cost a bomb. Basically, anytime the NHS is furtherly not funded by the Tories, you say, well, it's because it cost a bomb, and we'd much rather have more nuclear bombs in the UK, right? Expensive. I could have guessed that. I've never cost a bomb. I'd say it cost a fortune. Cost a bomb? Cream crackered. This is another idiom for being like drunk, right? He's got absolutely cream crackered last night, mate. Had his 7th Carling. Drinking Carling like an idiot. Cockney rhyming slang for knackered. Dang it! Dang it. I'm angry. I thought I'd have that one. Cream crackered is when you're knackered, which of course means when you're really exhausted, you're tired. Curtain twitcher. I'm sorry? He's a little curtain twitcher, he is. He's over there. Someone that's a peeping Tom. I don't know. A nosy neighbor? Yep. He's obsessed with anything that happens on the street. He's a bloody curtain twitcher, but he still won't sign for our packages. The cheek. All right, Dench. Judi Dench. It's just Judi Dench. An adjective used to advocate something that is impressive or agreeable. What? Its reported creator, British rapper Lethal Bizzle, which is no relation to Musical Bethan, elusively told The Guardian that the word means anything you want. So then it's not a word. I'm going to make a spaghetti carbonara for dinner. Dench. Stop trying to make fetch happen. This isn't real. I've lost, there's some credibility being lost right now. Dim. Something's not smart or not bright. Yep. Dawdle. When someone sings a song on ukulele. Doesn't dawdle mean to, like, that's diddle. Ugh. I'm gonna say play with still. I'm gonna say play with. An easy task is a dawdle. Oh, I genuinely didn't know that. Dog's dinner. A dog's dinner. A really low quality, cheap dinner. A dog's dinner is a mess or a fiasco. Oh, also referred to as a dog's breakfast. Interesting. You've made a bloody dog's dinner of that, didn't you? No, I'm not gonna use that. I prefer dog's breakfast. Faff. He's about faffing around. Faff, you know, just extra, what's the word? I use it, but I don't know how to describe it. I'm just faffing around, just wasting time, or, oh, that's a bit too much faff for me. It's like stuff really nitty gritty I don't want to deal with. Like, I'd rather do something simple. I don't want to make a dishoom dish because there's too much faff in doing all the different spices, right? To faff is to waste time doing very little. I'm giving myself a point. Fit. Obviously, when someone's fit, they look good. They don't necessarily have to be like physically fit. They just have to be like fit. Full Monty. I'll have the full Monty, please. It's basically like if you go to Five Guys and you order your burger all the way. You just get all of it, the whole thing. It's a euphemism for stripping. No, I disagree. No, No. Our Christmas dinner had everything from sprouts to Yorkshire puddings. If you're going to have a roast, have the full Monty. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Oh, because a film came out about stripping, people got confused, but full Monty refers to pursuing something to the absolute limits. Yes, points. Full of beans. I found out about this last week. This is actually what encouraged me to make this video, what inspired me. Full of beans. My girlfriend used it and I was like, I'm sorry, what the British people love beans so much. They describe being full of beans as full of energy. He's full of beans. Just very energetic in it. Something that's energetic, lively, or enthusiastic might be described as full of beans. I wouldn't have gotten this a couple weeks ago, but here we are. Gaff. Oh, this is used when you're like, listen, I don't want to go around your gaff. It costs like £5.60 a pint. Absolutely not. Come round my ends. Right? Gaff. It's like location, your abode, your home, your area. Gaff is an informal word for home. Chicka-pow! Next, gallivanting. Is that British? He's just out gallivanting around, just kind of doing his thing. Just gallivanting. Just like do. That's me gallivanting. To gallivant means to roam or to set off on an expedition. Yeah. Just gallivanting. Give me a tinkle on the blower. What? I'm sorry? Not something you say to your girlfriend's parents at dinner, I gotta say. Give me a tinkle on the blower. Blowjob. I'll just say it. Okay, it's a blowjob. Give me a call. No! This is ridiculous. Give me a tinkle on the blower. You do not say this. You do not say this to someone to say call me. So you like meet a girl in a club and you're like, oh, here's my number. Give me a tinkle on the blower. Slap. All right, she's not gonna call you. She's gonna call the police. Leave her alone. Gobsmacked. That last one has me absolutely gobsmacked. I can't speak. As if, but pretty much speechless, right? Astounded, bewildered, and shocked. I'm gonna give myself that point. Gutted. Absolutely gutted, mate. United won again. Mate. Absolutely gutted. Just disappointed. Really disappointed. The bottom barrel of disappointment. A football fan watches his team lose. I like how my example was about football. I don't watch that, but so is theirs. Absolutely gutted. Next, we've got half past. Okay. It's just half past whatever time it is. So if it's 7:30, you'd say 7:30. I got a little confused there because Germany uses the opposite. There's just like a 1:45, 1/4 past, half past, but their half is like a half before. I'm confused. While Americans are more likely to say 7:30 or 5:50, Brits will often say past the hour, e.g. 7:30 and 6:50. I would disagree. Americans use both of these, so this is not just British. So yeah, I would disagree. It's 11:20. Americans, chime in this comment section. You also would say 11:20 possibly, right? This is one of those things where I'm like, I've lived here too long. Did I used to say that? I definitely would say 4:45, half past. I swear I say half past. I don't know. Americans, help me out. Next up, Hank Marvin. I just want to put it out there. Nobody says this. Nobody says Hank Marvin unless it's some Cockney slang. Marvin rhymes with larvin my life. Oh, I'm Hank Marvin. I larvin my life. Marvin's Darvin. Oh, I'm absolutely Hank Marvin. I'm starving. That's gotta be it, right? Yes! I'll take it. Cockney rhyming slang. Easy once you figure out it's just rhyming. In it. I've said in it 3 times already in this video, bruv. Come on, in it. I actually use in it in normal conversation. It's just a normal word for me now. Isn't it? In it? It sounds nice. I use it because it's much faster than saying isn't it? And it like I said, it sounds really lovely. So I actually use in it quite a lot, in it. Lurgy. Lurgy? When you're a cleric, when you're in the church, you're a clergy member. No, lurgy. Lurgy, I think my friend Bliss has used this and I learned it from her. I think it means when you're ill. You're like, you're I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm fairly certain it's sick, right? If someone's caught the lurgy, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, they're suffering from a cold or flu. Got it, nailed it. Minging, different word. Minging. Minging means disgusting. Like, oh, did you see the stuff in my sink? There's There's minging in there. There's a lot of stuff in there. Gross stuff, right? Something unpleasant, unappetizing, or highly unattractive. Minging. Make sure you pronounce it the right way. Mint. Absolute mint, mate. Listen, just bought myself a brand new subwoofer. Oh, looks so mint. Fresh, good, brand new. I learned it from eBay. Mint can be used when referring to something of the highest caliber. Yes. Mortal. Mortal. I'm gonna assume mortal is very similar to deadly. It's mortal. Mortal describes someone highly intoxicated or drunk in a sloppy manner. Okay, that's a negative point. I did not get that. On it like a bonnet. Just means I've got it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. I've got it. I've got it covered. I'm on it like a bonnet. I never heard that before, but yep, situation's under control. I will take it. We've got over egg the pudding. What? Okay, so pudding in the UK also means dessert. So it could be a Yorkshire pudding. It could be a sticky toffee pudding. Over egg the pudding. Don't over egg the pudding. Don't overthink it, guys. Don't over egg the pudding. Don't overthink it, right? Over-egging the pudding means embellishing or overdoing something to the extent that it's detrimental to the finished product. Yeah, right. That's what I said, right? Yeah, give me a point. Par. Is this a golfing term for when something is average, standard? That's par for the course. Means like, yeah, I came to expect that. Par breaches social and common courtesy. What? What? Par can also be used as a verb. You just got parred. Really now? This slang term can be a British abbreviation of the French faux pas, except British people don't pronounce R's when they're in words and instead throw them into words that they're not, such as faux par. I don't mean this as a par. Really? Do you not just say faux pas? Do you say par? What? That's a negative for me. Pear-shaped is when something goes really bad. When something goes tits up, it's pear-shaped. A situation which has quickly evolved into an accident waiting to happen. I'm gonna give myself a point for that, okay? Pinch punch, first of the month. This is a thing I think mostly done in school, but also was done in some offices that I worked at. The first day of every month, people will go and pinch you and punch you, as it's the first of the month. It's kind of like birthday punches, but every month. British people love pain. Pop your clogs. A really annoying pre-roll ad on YouTube for the last year. Pop your clogs. It's when you take your shoes off because you're comfortable. You're just really comfortable. He's popped his clogs, right? This cheery phrase is widely believed to originate from a northern factory worker at the time of the Industrial Revolution. When they were working the factory floor, employees had to wear hard clogs to protect their feet. Pop has evolved from cock. Of course it has. And when someone cocked their clogs, the toes of their clogs pointed up in the air as they lay down dead. Oh! Did you hear what happened to John's old man? He popped his clogs. I do feel like that is one that I might have heard of, or that people would go, how did you not know that? But interesting, popped your clogs. Quid's in. Quid, money, pound. He's got his quids in. He's put all his chickens in one basket. He's betting. He's got his quids in. He's got a staked interest. What is it? Someone whose quid's in has invested in an opportunity which is probably gonna benefit them. Thank you. I will take that. I've got my quids in. I've got my quids in that you've subscribed after watching this video. Shirty. Man, that guy is pretty shirty. Have you seen him? He's wearing a shirt. I wish I could make a serious guess at this. Is it, okay, if it's Cockney rhyming slang, then shirty means flirty. So I'm just gonna say flirty. Shirty is someone short-tempered or irritated? Really? I'm wearing a shirt. Am I irritated? Don't get shirty with me, mister. The meaning of this slang has been debated, but the word shirt is derived from the Norse for short. Oh, don't get short with me. Therefore, don't get shirty. Okay. Oh, skew-whiff. I use this one now. My friend Bliss taught me it from old Sheffield. Skew-whiff is when something is crooked, when something is not quite straight. It's a bit skew-whiff, a bit helter-kelter, right? Skew-whiff is askew. I'll take it, thank you. Skive. My girlfriend taught me this. Skiving is another word for playing hooky, is what we say in the States, when you don't go to school when you're supposed to. Or if you don't go to work when you're supposed to. You're skiving off, right? Skiving is the act of avoiding work or school. Thank you. Oh, by pretending to be ill. Okay, interesting. Sod's Law. Sod's Law is if anything can go wrong, it can sod off, right? It can go bad. If anything can go wrong, it will definitely go wrong. Yes, spend a penny. If you spend a penny now, you will save a penny later. That's Benjamin Franklin, right? To spend a penny is a polite euphemism for going to the toilet. I've never heard this. Spend a penny? Spend a penny? Spend a peony? Okay. I'm not gonna use that. I'm not gonna tell someone I'm gonna spend a penny. I loved it when I went to Ireland. Everybody said they were gonna go freshen up as like the polite way of saying, take a dump. Excuse me, I've gotta go freshen up. Yeah, go freshen up that ass. SWAT. You SWAT, mate? This is swatting, all right? I'm swatting. I don't know. Gosh, I'm actually doing really badly at this. SWAT, similar to nerd or geek, but less derogatory? Brits, do you use this? You might know what it is though. That's the issue. I think it's like, you might not use it, but you're like, oh, well, I know that word. Take the biscuit. Oh, that actually takes the biscuit right there. Takes the biscuit is almost like Bob's your uncle of you've made up your mind about something. That takes the biscuit. That's the final straw. I now know. If someone has done something highly irritating or surprising in an exasperating fashion, you might say they've taken the biscuit, which is a cookie, by the way. Tickety-boo. Tickety-boo? I don't know. I genuinely don't. Oh, is it rhyming slang? Tickety-boo, gotta take a poo. Something that is tickety-boo is satisfactory. Dang it. Waffle. When you're just waffling around, you're not actually doing anything of purpose. You're just kind of waffling, you know. You're not actually doing anything. You're just waffling around. I should be cleaning, but I just waffled around the house for a bit. When someone makes a great speech while skirting around the subject, saying little of any value, yes, I actually got told I waffled quite a bit on a TV show that I was filming for. I was hosting a TV show. I'm not allowed to say too much, but yeah, that's coming up hopefully if you're a kid in the next month or two. I waffle, basically. I talk for YouTube like this, and when I don't know what I'm doing, I waffle a bit and come back. Well, that's not what you do on TV, it turns out. I'm so sorry. Wally. Dick. Wally's gotta be shown. That's Willy. Wally is like, where's Wally? Where's Waldo? You don't know where he is. Where'd he go? He's Wally. He's missing. Someone silly or incompetent. Wangle. Gonna wangle you. Gonna give you a wangling. Wangle in the jangle. Oh, wangle means you've accomplished or attained something through cunning means. I wangled some first-class seats. You wangled first-class seats? I would say you blagged your way, maybe. I would not say wangled. Wangled? Wind your neck in. Is this when you're rubbernecking? When you're looking out the window, or you're looking at other people? You're being a peeping Tom. Stop being nosy. Wind your neck in, all right? If you want to tell someone to not concern themselves with issues that don't directly affect them, wind your neck in. Point. Wind up merchant. A wind-up merchant is someone whose entire goal is to wind you up, you know, make you upset, get you annoyed. Someone that makes comments just to spark controversy. That was pretty self-explanatory, I think. Zonked. Absolutely exhausted. Very similar to knackered, right? Exhausted, tired. Yes, how did I do? I think I did pretty well, actually. I learned quite a few. This has been very useful for me. Hopefully you learned a few too. This was fun. And now it's time to use all these British words to tell you about today's video sponsor, Squarespace. So, I am a bit gutted that I haven't been able to tell you about my photographic prints, which were meant to go on sale on evanediger.com, the website I built with Squarespace, this week, but I'm delaying it for an extra month because, well, you know, I just want to make sure it's perfect. However, you know, it was easy and an absolute doddle building my website with Squarespace.com. Actually, the templates, professional, look super nice. It was so easy to make sure that my webpage didn't look very skewiff. It was very well aligned. And you know what? I'll be honest. I might have seen something nice on someone else's website and I just nicked it. Just took that off. It was really easy to code it myself. And with 24/7 customer support, Squarespace makes it easy to make the website you want. Just give them a tinkle on the blower. Or rather, probably email them. With how easy it is to build a website on Squarespace, you definitely won't feel very cream crackered, especially if you sign up to squarespace.com/EvanEdiger or use code EvanEdiger at checkout because you get a free month and 10% off. Thanks, Squarespace. Squarespace is great, isn't it? No matter how long I live here, I always find out new things to learn. And that's kind of fun. So thank you very much for watching today's video. I do very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, learning all these different things. And if you liked this, I did another video with a couple of my friends where we used a quiz that tried to guess where we were from in the UK based on the slang that we used. And that was quite fun. So check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Goodbye.